Hello guys, so today I wanted to show you the actual weather of France and how the weather can actually change in like no time, and most of the time, I think only October was the month where there was a proper sunlight. Mid-November onwards, not even mid-November actually, I remember it was my birthday on the 10th of November. I'm sorry. The thing is, my town is ऐसे पूरा up and down. So even if I walk like a very short distance, I go out of breath. But yeah, I wanted to show you this. So yeah, I was telling you, yeah, I remember 10th of November, it's my birthday, and the weather was just like this. So I think you only get to enjoy the October month, and the weather here, I mean the rain here is really beaty because there's more wind than the rainfall. You see, there's more wind than the rainfall, so it's like drizzling but with a lot of wind. Okay, and you won't even realize the wind blows from which direction, because it's blowing from all directions, I feel. So I'm going to my bus stop right now. You can see this is my town. So I just met a friend of mine, and so yeah, this is what my town looks like. Actually, the part where I am in right now is not really something worth seeing. So you see, I've reached the bus stop, and this again is a small bus stop where there are no machines installed for taking your bus ticket. But in bigger cities like Nancy, Paris, these kind of places, every bus stop there will be a booth installed from where you've got to take your ticket, you've got to buy your ticket. So that is how it is. So just to show you, like you see, the weather is like this. It's so gloomy, dark, grey, frustrating at times. Of course, being in France, I don't want to complain and become a râleur like the French people. So I have no complaints honestly, because yes, it is cold. I think it's 5 degrees right now, but 5 degrees, trust me, is actually cold, because my fingers are freezing. I've forgotten my gloves, and you have to wear so many clothes, and so I recommend buying a doudoune. This is called a doudoune, a puffer jacket, a nice one. Buy an impermeable one, so that even in the rains it will be helpful. And I can see my bus coming, so yeah, that's my bus. So I'll just quickly get in. You see how windy it is. Bonjour, ticket s'il vous plaît. Yeah, you cannot have a conversation without saying s'il vous plaît here. Désolée, j'avais pas le monnaie. Merci. Merci. So I'm in the bus right now, In France, you cannot have conversations without saying s'il vous plaît, merci and all of that. I'll show you the bus in a minute. I really like the buses here. Because they are clean, well maintained. I think even the people here, just give me a minute, I'll clean my phone. So yeah, I was talking about the clothes that you're supposed to wear. I suggest buying a puffer jacket because it's going to protect you much more than anything. Even the long trench coats, the French trench coats that I absolutely love. I spent like 50 euros on a jacket and on a coat, sorry, not a jacket. But November and December weather, when the temperature starts dropping, it just doesn't protect. So it doesn't protect, honestly. I had a friend, a local friend here, a local resident here, and she suggested me to buy a dudun because the trench coat wouldn't protect. And I listened to her. I bought the puffer jacket, and I bought this from a local boutique from my town, which just cost me 15 euros, 1.5. So it was very cheap, and I've used this more than the trench coat I've used. So trench coat will work for October weather. October, but once the temperature starts dropping, it will be tough. And since I'm in Vosges, it was really difficult because December, oh god, I remember the first time I stepped out of my house when the temperatures were dropping, and I don't know why my face is so yes, that is about it. And since I'm in Vosges, this was really difficult. Anyways, coming back to our trip, you can see I'm in the bus and there are very limited seats here. The doors open on its own, and there's this red button that you see, the red button that you see on the pole. That button exists on every pole in the bus. So whenever you have to descend at any station, you just have to press the button, and that is how the driver is informed. It displays arrêt demandé, and I'll show you the screen that you see here is the screen that will show you the route of the bus and the next stop and the next 3 stops also at times. So this is like a proper bus, but when you are in a bigger cities like Nancy, Strasbourg, Paris, Paris में नहीं देखा, Paris की buses ऐसी ही होती है, but Nancy, it's like there are 2 buses combined as in there's a connector in between, and yeah, there are like 2 compartments. The buses are that long, okay. And another thing is people here usually have their daily passes, so the moment they enter, and you cannot, ऐसे इंडिया में जैसे पीछे से भी you can enter, that is not the rule here. Here you have to enter from the door which is right next to the driver's seat, so that he can monitor who is taking the ticket and who is not. You can see the background is nothing exciting. There was a forest view which we missed actually. Yeah, you cannot enter from behind. So if you are not in a very crowded place, what you have to do is the driver, you have to take the ticket, and so the place where I stay, the ticket is just like €1 wherever I want to go. So it's not as per distance, it doesn't increases as per distance. Also there are some cities where the weekend, during the weekend, so you see, I will just click this, and there was this beep sound. It said arrêt demandé. That way the driver knows he has to stop at the next stop. So I'm actually going to another établissement where I'm serving 2 hours, and it's a college basically. I'll just get down, just give me a minute. So yes, I'm out. I'll wait for the bus to go so that I can cross. The buses are really neat and clean. I really like. Also, you can see the view here. This is again a sports complex here, and actually the place where I'm in right now is not the best view for me to show you. I'll make another video giving you a tour of my town. It's a very cute little town, very colorful, and you can see how windy it is. I have to hold my umbrella like this, and it's drizzling, you know. So in France you don't have heavy rainfall, it will just keep drizzling. So I'll show you. I've reached my college, and in France, if you know, to enter the institute, you are given a code that you have to enter, and then the door opens. So let me, I always forget the code, but let me try. It was, I think, yeah. So you heard the beep sound that played. Oh god, it's shut. Is it opening? No, I think I'm entering the wrong code. It's opening and it's closing. 1 minute, this is very weird. It's happening for the first time. So in case you forget the code, you have the option to directly call at the reception and they open it for you. Okay? Oui. Je mets le code, mais je sais pas, la porte s'ouvre pas.
Vous avez fait quoi comme code?
2
Ouais.
707, non, oui.
Non, c'est 2027.
Ah, c'est ça. Merci. So this person was struggling, and you see how windy it is. Literally your chhatri can break. It's that windy. This is still nothing, this is still better, but it can get worse, really. Let me show you my etablissement. So you will have an idea how windy it is. I've also heard of a lot of assistants breaking, having their umbrella broken because of the wind. So thankfully that's not the case. So I'll show you the umbrella that French people like to carry. See this woman, it was such a cute one. And yeah, so I was telling you, thankfully I have no, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, thankfully my umbrella sustained, because I don't know why. I bought this from Miniso and it's of a really good quality. It cost me just like 600 bucks, and it was a good one. So I'm in my school and there's nobody here, that's why I can record. Otherwise, bonjour, I'm not allowed. Also guys, one more thing I'll tell you. If you are like in a small town, in a small city, it's very common for people to say bonjour to unknown people. So even if you don't know and you pass by someone, you have to say bonjour. That's like the rule. and it's not the rule, but it's kind of rude, you know, when somebody passes by and you don't say bonjour. So it's kind to say bonjour. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention. So in college, it's not like in India that the students are expected to be in the class. In college, so you see down there are lockers. It's an open space. So after every class, the students form a line here outside there, okay, and uh, the teachers come down. So I don't know, but my PR, she always comes down and then she takes the kids along. I don't know what's the logic, but that is how it is. And one more thing, for the rain in France, I recommend buying the leather boots like these. Okay, the ones which are higher, not the one with ankle length, the ones which are close to your knees, so that it protects you well in the rain. So even when you're wearing jeans or something like that, it's not about jeans and all, but if you're someone like me, you have a very low resistance towards uh, extreme cold weather, this is the best thing for you, because you won't feel cold till here, and till your thighs you will have a jacket protecting you. So, and leather boots are the best, because uh, I had spent like 9-10,000 rupees on a pair of Nike shoes, but and they were white, so I don't, I cannot wear them in rain, so I did not. And you see, this is it. So yeah, the shoes also, you'll feel very cold in any running shoes or something like that, but I highly recommend investing in a nice pair of shoes, running shoes, specifically running shoes. Don't buy any random shoes, because in Europe you're going to walk a lot, okay, you have to walk a lot, and uh, your ankle or your foot will start paining if your sole, if the sole of your shoes is not soft, or it doesn't have sponge or something. If it's hard, your ankle will definitely start paining, because you know, we don't have auto options here, so you will have to walk a lot till the bus stops also at times, and at times whenever you want to go somewhere, um, you stop at some bus stop and then you have to walk from there also, okay, especially in touristic places also you're going to walk a lot, trust me, because sometimes, you know, um, your destination by bus and walking will take equal amount of time, okay. So I sometimes, if that's the case with me, I at times prefer walking, but again I'll tell you, it depends, because sometimes what happens, your bus stop is very far, okay, it's like maybe 10-15 minutes of walk, and then another 10 minutes of the journey by bus, and then from there again you have to walk, and then you have to wait for the bus also. So I personally don't prefer doing that, and at times I wait for the bus, at times I walk. So it really depends on my mood and the situation, if I'm tired or not. So that's the reason for the rainfall. My suggestion to you is a doodoo, a nice puffer jacket that's going to protect you. I suggest buying one here and not in India, because in India it's going to cost you a lot. Like if you convert 15 euros to INR, it comes to less than 1500 rupees, which is a very cheap deal I got. So usually when we are in in India, sorry, we have this impression, we have this misconception that you know, everything in Europe will be very expensive. That's not the case, trust me guys. So like you see the boots that I'm wearing, the boots that I just showed you in the video, I bought them just for like 18 or 20 euros from Primark, which is like I think 1700, 1600. It's less than 2000 rupees. Okay, and they are of very good quality. And whenever it is raining, I'm only wearing these. I've stopped wearing my sports shoes, the Nike sports shoes that I had bought, because of course it gets wet in the rain, and they are white, so I don't prefer wearing it during this season. But definitely, so for the rainfall, I suggest buying a good quality umbrella. I don't buy the sasta wala, the cheap ones that you get in India. Even the sun umbrellas can break here in this heavy windy weather. So the one that I bought from Miniso is of a really good quality. And uh, the puffer jacket, honestly I did not buy any jackets from India, because I knew the weather here is going to be different, very different from that in India. And the kind of layering you need here, you get clothes suitable for that weather here and not in India. So don't think that you'll find cheaper stuff in India and it will be expensive here. Trust me, that's not the case. So I suggest buying one puffer jacket is more than enough. It's washable, everything is good. So I prefer this. Leather boots for your protection. Gloves, you can buy the woolen one or the leather gloves. And I think that's it for the rainfall, for the rainy season, the rainy weather, the windy weather. I don't have anything else to share, but if there is something that I want to share, I will add it to this video, or I'll make another video. I'll see you. I'm late for my class actually, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye. Thank you for listening. Bye.